Can you believe Aaron Rodgers is the Pittsburgh Steelers starting quarterback right now? I mean, like,
crazy.
I know we're used to saying it,
Yeah.
but we're about to see it.
I know.
And it's pretty big for the Steelers. It's a pretty big season for them in many different ways.
Yeah.
They just paid Watt. I mean, Cam Hayward is not getting any younger. DK Metcalf, we're talking about un-Steeler-like moves. Let's acquire a receiver who's never played for us and make him the best paid player we've ever had on offense outside of a quarterback. And let's bring Rodgers in.
Yeah.
What's your level of expectation there at the end of the day?
I'm excited about the football. I think they're going to be a better football team than they were a year ago. They were a playoff team a year ago, but I think Aaron Rodgers offensively, with what he brings and what they want to do in that system, I think he's going to be really good for them. And we know that their defense is going to be good. And so I think they're going to win a lot of games. But I don't know if they've made the moves or if Aaron is at the point where he can push them over the top. On our preview show, the Steelers were the team that I kicked out of the playoffs.
Yes.
Even though I believe they're going to be a better team than they were last year, I kicked them out of the playoffs just because of when I look at the AFC and I look at the talent there and I look at their division, they're going to be a good, solid football team, but I don't think they're going to be a great football team. And although Aaron makes them better, I don't know if he makes them that much better that they can compete with the Chiefs and the Ravens and the Bills. I even think the Bengals are going to be in the mix this year because of what they can do offensively. So I just don't know if they can compete with those guys.
Because you did put the Bengals in, right?
I put the Bengals
the Steelers
in.
out.
Yes.
With Steelers out, Bengals in that segment that we did on the game day kickoff. And on that show, we finished up with our Super Bowl predictions. Yours was?
I actually just went with the same two teams. You know how I am, Rich. I want to see these teams play. So I think the Chiefs are motivated. So I said the Chiefs were going to beat the Eagles this time around. I already told you the Rams. I like the Rams. I like the Packers. I want to see what they do.
I mean, we could be wrong. You could be wrong.
Well,
but
and the more I was thinking about it, even after we did it, the other day is, there's something about the Ravens that I wonder if it's their time. I think they're as talented as anybody. And, is it the time for them to get over the hump and Lamar to get over the hump in the AFC? So, I'm wallowing back and forth because I haven't seen anybody play yet. But, I picked those two teams because I think they're two really good teams. But there's some other ones out there that I'm interested in.
I mean, you could make the case Chiefs are better. You could
I
truly
agree.
make the case
I think they're going to be
Chiefs are better. They love Josh Simmons, the left tackle, who's the 11th difference starting left tackle in Mahomes' career.
Yep. Matt Nagy told me that 1 to 6 wide receivers that they've got there, including Rashee Rice, is the best 6 he's ever been around in the NFL. So he's excited about that. Maybe the most interesting stat that I found when I was doing my research for the game was that, that the Chiefs defense only have 4 guys on it that haven't played, that
played for other teams.
Another team besides the Chiefs.
They're all their own. Everyone else is homegrown on the defense.
I couldn't believe that when I read it. And so
tied with the Bucks, by the way, tied with the Bucks for drafting and keeping and winning.
And so they've got so many guys that know and understand and are part of the culture on both sides of the ball that I'm with you. I think they're going to be a better football team this year than the 15-win team that they were last year.
And then just to finish up with the Ravens, because at the beginning of the show, I gave this whole season preview based on narratives and conversations, not all 22 or anything like that. And the way I set up the Ravens season, it's January. It's not like they're not going to make January.
Right.
Okay, like barring something wild and completely
and
unfortunate and unforeseen. They're that talented. They're going to make January. It just seems that something always happens in January. Zay Flowers gets hurt. Or Zay Flowers had a great play, in the making, and then boop, ball comes loose. Just to name one guy in 2 different postseasons. Last year, Mark Andrews, man, of all people, what a nice dude, man. What a good soul that doesn't deserve to have that sort of thing happen to him. It's just something, and can they avoid it? Which you can't do an X's and O's breakdown or something like that.
But I don't know if it's avoiding or just stepping up and making those plays in the moment. That is the difference. I mean, if you look at any one thing about the Chiefs that makes them different, they always make that play. When they need the play to be made, They always make it. Whatever it is, block field goal, AFC Championship game, stop on fourth down with a little bit of a tush push or a quarterback sneak. Patrick finding a way to make a run or make a play on fourth down in a super, like they always make the play. And so I think one side is always, well, if they can avoid those mistakes, or do those guys just have to step up and make every play that's available to them to win, and especially in the AFC, because you've got a team in the Chiefs that always seems to do it.
Right, and the Bills in the postseason have had that issue with the Chiefs, and I guess the way to beat the Chiefs, the Bucs showed it and the Eagles showed it too, is just make Mahomes' life miserable.
Right.
And
easier said than done, but yes.
Get so far out in front that the Chiefs aren't in the position to make that one play to beat you, and you're in that position to not make that one play and have it cost you.
In an area where, again, talking to the coaches, they believe their offensive line is as good this year, even with a rookie starting at left tackle, as it's been since they've been there, since Patrick's been there. And so, man, if that plays out too, and the wide receiver room is better, and I mean, it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
going to be fun.
Reed talked up Josh Simmons. That was that time in the pre-broadcast meeting. He was busting my stones for not looking at the camera because he thought I was just doing something with my phone. I was taking notes to my right. And he goes, Josh Simmons, who played for that school,
he's like
Ohio
texting
State.
you, hey, Rich, do you know you're on TV? Do you know you're on Zoom?
Are you eating? Well, by the way, Reed would not turn down these this Brazilian confection right here.
Put a burger right in between it.
Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.